Hey guys, this is Ritesh Jhavar at Tavant. I live and work out of Dallas, Texas, and with me today is Debbie.
Hi everybody, this is Debbie Roy from Tavant as well. I'm based out of the gorgeous San Francisco downtown and I'm excited for today's demo. Let's get started, Ritesh. What are we doing today?
We're going to be talking about Tavant's digital experience in servicing, and let's jump into the demo. So as we log in, right, the first thing that we see is quick links, which is basically what we've done is over time we've seen what are the most common activities that a borrower wants to do, and we've showcased that to the borrower. They can reset their online billing expectations, set alert notifications, or even set up an auto pay. But for today, we're going to go into the summary. The summary shows us some really critical information about the loan itself, and very importantly shows us what's due and when it is due with the ability to make a payment. In this case, clearly $1,497 and some cents are due, and the breakdown of the principal, interest, taxes, and insurance is shown. If there's any additional fees, etc., that clarification is also provided. There's a lot of really good critical information on the screen itself, but you'd say, every platform does the same, so how are you different? How Tavant's different is when we thought through the whole experience, we looked at how we could engage with the borrower better, deeper, right? So we have a few different options, such as you notice the banner on the top. That banner can have informational messages or even the ability to cross-sell. On the right here, you will notice this little widget called the loan checkup. Now, the loan checkup allows the borrower to have the ability to look into a refinance, right, if that's available. Of course, this is a very strong refinance market, extremely timely. You will also notice that this little widget here on the right, it shows what the unpaid principal balance is, what the principal paid is. Truly, this is set up as a widget where we partner with Zillow and show Zestimate. We show the value of the home and hence what is the locked in equity for the borrower, right? Something that excites them. As you scroll down just a little, you will also notice the FICO score. Now the FICO score is something we've seen on many platforms as a very successful way of bringing the borrower back to the platform, right? If we send them the FICO score through email and then we bring them back to the platform where we show them the latest and greatest FICO score and along with them a lot of good information about the loan, we can keep engaging the borrower. What do you think of that, Devi?
The Ritesh, this was great. But another question which is on my mind is, let's say you have a borrower and a co-borrower, and if you want to split payments between the two as well as split bank accounts, so can we do that here?
Absolutely, good question. So a lot of borrowers want to split their payments between accounts and between a borrower and co-borrower, for example, or any number of borrowers on the loan, right? So here on our payment screen, we've made it very convenient. You will notice this little checkbox when applied gives me the ability of choosing, say, between my Wells Fargo account and Chase accounts, and I can split my payment to reflect, the total. And there you go. You will notice that I have been able to put a total right there, which matches up with what I need to pay. So, and not just this, we also have the ability of making this available between multiple borrowers. While we're here, let me also tell you that not only do we have the ability of making payments in a few different ways, but also look at what the last 6 months worth of payments were in this easy to use dashboard. If a borrower were to look for more information, we can give them significantly more information right here with the ability of downloading as a PDF, Excel, or even printing to their printer.
I also see a bunch of sub-tabs on my left-hand side of the page. So what is that? Let's say a document center. Like I'm thinking maybe tax documents. If I want to retrieve tax documents, do I have access to that?
Sure, Debbie. Not just tax documents, but a borrower may need their monthly statements, their year-end statements for tax purposes, or their escrow analysis, right? So for any or all of those documents which are laid out here chronologically, you will notice that we have the ability of going to the document center and viewing the document, downloading the document, or even printing the document. Now, not just at the document center, we can even enable this through the quick links. If you remember, as we logged in, we had the ability of configuring and customizing to show many different options to the borrower. And say it's tax season, we send them directly to the document center. You will also notice the escrow tab here, right, which shows the breakdown of the different line items within an escrow. and the detail of each of those line items. So for property taxes, for example, right here, you notice what the parcel number is, when the next payment is due, what the frequency is, and what the amount is. Likewise for mortgage insurance, property insurance, etc., and also the ability to look at your annual analysis of the escrows.
Wow, you're doing a pretty detailed job, Ritesh. I know this is just a piece of the pie, but I'm loving it so far. But my eyes literally going on to the payoff request and the homeowner's assistance. Tell me about the payoff request. Like if I need some documents or a detailed info, can we do that?
Yeah, again, it's refi season, and so you will notice that a lot of borrowers are switching lenders. Now, if someone comes in to get a payoff request, it's definitely a red flag. If the lender's not already seen it on the credit report, they know right now that the borrower wants to refi, right? So what we're doing is through this pop-up, we are intercepting the borrower and giving them a competitive bid to stay within the lender, right? And, of course, also allowing them to create the payoff request through this lovely screen, right? So they get what they want to, but also they have the ability now to refi with the lender. So, of course, what's also important is that in the COVID situation, we've understood that a lot of borrowers are going through some troubled times, financially difficult times. And so what we've provided here is the homeowner assistance. As the borrower is looking for help from the lender, this is a way that anonymously they can come in and, by choosing a few different short questions here, they will be able to get to a lot of detailed information, right? And start the process of perhaps forbearance, just get all the information they need to feel confident and avoid foreclosures.
This is fantastic because I think it's a very intuitive platform, and it, as you said, in these days, in these times, it's kind of funky situation. So it's a great tool to be there next to our borrowers. So thank you for sharing this. And I think overall it's a great tool, and it's unique for our customers. What are your thoughts? What do you think?
Davi, the time today is extremely limited. In the 7 or 8 minutes allotted to us, we are only scratching the surface. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. The engine is extremely robust. This platform here connects with multiple industry-leading servicing systems. And, this is ready to go on day one. A lot of the lenders that are using the system are seeing a lot of advantages of using it. The average turnaround time is definitely reduced. We're seeing call volumes dropped in certain instances for up to 60% of the total call.
Wow, that's huge. This is great. I really like your demo, Ritesh, and I think the best part would be still staying in touch with our audience, and the best way probably is they can reach out to us via our LinkedIn contacts or maybe hello@tavant.com, and we can keep the conversation going.